Good morning, students. Today we are starting our first chapter, that is physical world of physics. Clear? First of all, we will just define the definition of physics. Physics is the branch of science which deals with the nature and natural phenomena. ठीक है, फिजिक्स एक साइंस की ब्रांच है जिहड़ी कि नेचर और नैचुरल फिनोमिनास दे नाल डील करती है. Clear? That is called the physics. Now physics can be described and understood with the help of some theories. Physics ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ properly describe करना और understand करना कि what is physics, then there are some theories, means types of physics. First is mechanics. From the name it is clear that is motion. Mechanics, simple mechanics is also called Newtonian physics or simple Newtonian mechanics. This is deals with the motion of ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਸ ਐਟ ਵੈਰੀ ਲੋ ਸਪੀਡ. ਕਲੀਅਰ? ਇਹ ਉਹ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਡੀਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਸ ਦੇ ਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਐਟ ਵੈਰੀ ਲੋ ਸਪੀਡ. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਇਜ਼ ਥਰਮੋਡਾਇਨਾਮਿਕਸ, ਥਿਊਰੀ ਆਫ ਹੀਟ. ਥਰਮੋ ਮੀਨਸ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਡਾਇਨਾਮਿਕਸ ਮੀਨਸ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ. Dynamics is the branch of physics. So theory of heat, temperature and behavior of the system of large number of particles, that is called the thermodynamics. Next is electromagnetism. Electromagnetism, it is the theory of electricity. It is clear. Electro means electricity, magnetism means magnetic behavior. Theory of electricity, magnetism and electromagnetic radiations. Next, fourth one is relativity. Relativity, theory of invariance in the nature and theory covering the motion of high speed moving particles. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਥਿਊਰੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਹਾਈ ਸਪੀਡ ਮੂਵਿੰਗ ਪਾਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਦੀ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਫਾਈਨ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਫਾਈਨ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੇਰੀਐਂਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇਨਵੇਰੀਐਂਸ ਹੈ, ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਕਾਲਡ ਦਾ ਰਿਲੇਟਿਵਿਟੀ. Clear? Next is quantum mechanics, the theory of mechanical behavior of submicroscopic particles. Microscopic particles, very small particles, submicroscopic ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ. Quantum mechanics means mesons, pi mesons, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਉਹਨਾਂ quarks, ਉਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰਦਾ, that is quantum mechanics. Next is very important topic, that is scope and excitement of physics. ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਸਕੋਪ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਦੀ ਐਕਸਾਈਟਮੈਂਟ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਨੂੰ. ਦੇयर ਆਰ ਮੇਨ 3 points. First one is the quantitative study of whatever we observe in the nature tells that these observations can be explained and understood in terms of a few laws. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਟੇਟਿਵ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਹੈ, ਕੁਆਂਟਿਟੀ, ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਨੇਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਓਬਜ਼ਰਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਦੀ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਟੇਟਿਵ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੇਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਓਬਜ਼ਰਵੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੇ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਾਂ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਲਾਜ਼ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ. ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਜਸਟ ਅਬਜ਼ਰਵਿੰਗ ਦ ਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਐਨੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਕਲ, ਸੋ ਫॉर दैट ਟੂ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਦ ਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਐਨੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਕਲ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਹੈਵਿੰਗ ਦ laws of motion, that is Newton's law of motion, ठीक है. Similarly, if we are observing the force between any two particles, we are having the gravitation law of force. Clear? So we can say that we any quantitative study what we are observing in the nature, they are just describing in terms of few laws, they are of physics, that is called scope. Now though the measurement of the length, mass and time vary over a wide range, yet that there is a fairly small number of principles which can be applied in order to measure and understand them. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਟਾਈਮ, ਲੈਂਥ ਐਂਡ ਮਾਸ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਜਰਮੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵਾਈਡ ਰੇਂਜ 'ਤੇ ਵੇਰੀ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਪਰ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਸਮਾਲ ਨੰਬਰ ਆਫ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਜਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ. ਵੈਰੀ ਥਰਡ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਜ਼ by separating more important features of a physical phenomena from less important ones, the physical phenomena can be easily understood and hidden complexities become clearer. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਪਰਟੀਕੂਲਰ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਫਿਨੋਮੀਨਾ ਓਬਜ਼ਰਵ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਸਟ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫੀਚਰ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਇੱਕ ਲੈਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫੀਚਰ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੋਸਟ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫੀਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੈਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫੀਚਰ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਡਿਸਟਿੰਗੁਇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ, ਅਲੱਗ-ਅਲੱਗ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਫਿਨੋਮੀਨੇ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਛਿਪੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਜੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਨੇ, ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ 'ਚ ਡਾਊਟਸ ਨੇ, ਦੇ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਕਲੀਅਰ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਨੈਕਸਟ ਟੋਪਿਕ ਇਜ਼ ਨੇਚਰ ਆਫ physical laws. Nature of physical laws. In this physical laws, very first law is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. This law of conservation of energy, it states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Already we have learned this law in junior classes. Or it can be changed from one form to another form. मतलब ये लॉ की स्टेट करता कि एनर्जी कैन नाइदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉट बी डिस्ट्रॉयड। एनर्जी ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਟਰੋਏ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਬਟ ਇਟ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਫਰੋਮ ਵਨ ਫਾਰਮ ਟੂ ਅਨਦਰ ਫਾਰਮ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਫਾਰਮ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਸਰੀ ਫਾਰਮ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਕਲੀਅਰ, ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਕਾਲਡ ਦਾ ਲਾਅ ਆਫ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ એનર્ਜੀ। ਫॉर एग्जांपल, व्हेन अ पार्टिकल is freely falling under the action of gravity alone, ਵੀ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਰਟੀਕਲ ਗ੍ਰੈਵਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫ੍ਰੀਲੀ ਫਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਨੀਚੇ ਵੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਇਟਸ ਟੋਟਲ એનર્ਜੀ remains constant. Means suppose firstly object is at this position A, this is the ground level. Clear? So when we just left this body from here at this position, let its height is h. Clear? At this position it has highest potential energy, that is mgh. Already we have done in 9th class. Then when it has an initial velocity u, it just starts moving. Let it come to point B. ठीक है, let this position is at distance of x from the ground. So at this position this body has mass m. Let ठीक है, body has kinetic energy as well as potential energy due to this height x and kinetic energy due to this initial velocity. Similarly, when this body comes to point C, or let it be O point at the surface of ground, then it does not have kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is 0. Potential energy is also 0, because when the body hit the ground, its velocity becomes 0, so kinetic energy also becomes 0. So maybe this body will produce sound or light. Clear? So it means its kinetic energy and potential energy or total energy can be changed to sound energy plus light energy. So we can say that energy of a freely falling body is constant. So this is the law of conservation of energy. Clear? Second law of conservation of linear momentum. What do you mean by momentum? Momentum is the quantity of motion contained in the body. ठीक है, किसी भी बॉडी विच कितना मोशन है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द मोमेंटम. और जनरली व्हेन बॉडी इज इन लीनियर मोशन, मीन्स straight line motion, then body having the mass m, having the velocity b, momentum is noted by p, that is called p is equal to mv, product of mass and its velocity. So this momentum is called the linear momentum. So conservation of linear momentum called, it states that if no external force acting on the system linear momentum of the system remains constant. ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਮੋਮੈਂਟਮ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਰਿਮੇਨਸ ਕੌਨਸਟੈਂਟ। ਮੀਨਸ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹੀਏ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਫੋਰਸ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਨੋ ਫੋਰਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅਪਲਾਈਡ ਔਨ ਦਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ, ਸੋ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਮੋਮੈਂਟਮ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦਾ ਦੈਟ ਵਿਲ ਰਿਮੇਨਸ ਕੌਨਸਟੈਂਟ। ਮੀਨਸ P is equal to constant. This is called conservation of linear momentum. For example, when bullet is fired from the gun, you have done in 9th class also, bullet is fired from the gun, the recoil of gun is based on this law of conservation of linear momentum. Clear? So ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਬੁਲਟ ਨੂੰ ਗਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਫਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਗਨ ਵੀ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਵੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਰਿਕੋਇਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। It means that is based on the conservation of linear momentum. And launch of rockets, working of rockets, also on conservation of linear momentum. Now the third law is law of conservation of angular momentum. Angular momentum. Now if we take the body is in circular motion, or we can say that body has angular motion or rotational motion. Clear? When body rotates, then instead of force, that force applied on angular motion, that is called torque, denoted by like this. Clear? And in that case the momentum is called angular momentum. Clear? It is noted by capital L. It is always equal to perpendicular distance r cross p. P is the linear momentum into r, or we can say that L is equal to mvr in general notation. M is the mv for linear momentum, r for the perpendicular distance in the rotational motion. So we can say that according to this law, if no torque is acting on the system, then angular momentum of the system remains constant. Means L is equal to constant. If tau is equal to 0, means L is equal to constant. Clear? So we can say that if body is in rotational motion or body is in angular motion, so we can say that the torque is 0, so it means L is constant. This is called conservation of angular momentum. For example, the revolution of all the planets around the sun ਦੇ ਅਰਾउंड ਸਾਰੇ ਪਲੈਨਟਸ ਰਿਵੋਲਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। that is the example of conservation of angular momentum. This we will study in detail in unit 5th. Clear? Now next are the basic forces or fundamental forces in nature. Then there are 4 fundamental forces. First is gravitational force. Clear? We know that in the universe, every object attracting any other object with the force that is directly proportional to product of mass of the two bodies and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. This is called gravitational force. क्लीयर। सानू पता है कि यूनीवर्स के विच साडे कोले हर एक ऑब्जेक्ट एक दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट नू विद वन फोर्स अट्रैक्टिंग ईच अदर, ठीक है। सो दैट फोर्स इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू प्रोडक्ट ऑफ मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ टू masses of the two bodies and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. For example, like this is m1 object, this is object second 2 whose mass is m2, and in between them distance is r. So which force is applying in between these two masses? That is called gravitational force. Clear? That is directly proportional to product of magnitude of their masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. When we combine these, it will m1 m2 divided by r square. Or to remove this constant of proportionality, we will apply equal to sign and one constant, that is g m1 m2 by r square. You have learned this already in class 9th. Clear? This g is called gravitational constant. This g is called gravitational constant or universal constant. This is called universal constant because its value is fixed always. Clear? So its value is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square kilogram per inverse square. It's the value of capital G, that is gravitational constant. Now next is properties of this gravitational force. First is it is attractive in nature. It always attract one body to another body. Clear? It is a long range force. Long range means in the universe it is working. Long range, बहुत ज़्यादा range दी हैगी है. Then it is weakest force in nature. सब तो weak force है. Clear? Next it is the central force. Central force means it acts along the line joining the two particles. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋ ਪਾਰਟੀਕਲਸ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਨ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੈਂਟਰਸ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਅਲੋਂਗ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਫੋਰਸ ਐਕਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ. ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਈ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਕਾਲਡ ਦਾ ਸੈਂਟਰਲ ਫੋਰਸ. ਕਲੀਅਰ? ਫਸਟ ਇਜ਼ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਇਜ਼ ਇਟ ਓਬੇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਇਨਵਰਸ ਸਕੇਅਰ ਲਾਅ. ਇਨਵਰਸ ਸਕੇਅਰ ਲਾਅ ਮੀਨਸ it is inversely proportional to square of distance between them. So this is called the inverse square law. Clear? It obeys the inverse square law. Now next force is electromagnetic force. Next one is electromagnetic force. This electromagnetic force, this is between the charge particles, between two charge particles. Charge particle, let's suppose first particle having the charge q1, second particle having charge q2, means charge is denoted by this small q1 and q2. So the force, this force can be attractive or repulsive. ठीक है? If two charges are equal, then it will be of repulsive force. If two charges are opposite, one is positive, one is negative, it will be attractive force. ठीक? That electromagnetic force Fe is directly proportional to magnitude of product of magnitude of two charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. And this is, if we will combine these two, q1 and q2 by r square, or to remove this constant of proportionality, we will apply one constant k. ठीक है? So this is the relation for electromagnetic force. And this k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This you will do in plus 2 class. Clear? Generally this k has also a fixed value, that is 9 into 10 raised to power 9 Newton meter square coulomb inverse square. Coulomb is the unit of charge. Clear? So properties of this electromagnetic force, properties. First is it may be attractive or repulsive. Second is it obeys the inverse square law. Always like this, r square. It obeys the inverse square law. It is a long range. Third is long range force. Clear? Next is, it is a central force. It is also a central force. Central force means it also acts the line joining the two charge particles. Clear? Next, third force is strong nuclear force. Strong nuclear force. This is the force inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus. Between the nucleons. Nucleons means neutrons and protons. Clear? Inside the nucleus. Nucleus अंदर साडे कोल की हुंदे आ protons and neutrons. ठीक है, तो उन्होंने in between जिहड़ी force आ, that is called the strong nuclear force. It is the strongest force. Properties: strongest force in nature. Second is, it is attractive force. Third is very short range force. Short range means it is up to only size of the nucleus. जिन्ना nucleus size है उन्नी की साडे कोल ये force होएगी. ठीक है. Next is non-central force. It does not act along the line joining the two particles. So it is non-central force. Last force is weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force. Clear? This force, weak nuclear force, is between the elementary particles. Elementary particles की होंगे हैं, they are like the electrons भी हो सकते हैं. ठीक है. म्यून्स, न्यूट्रिनो and anti-neutrino. Electrons you already know. Muons, they are the very minute particles inside the nucleus which are coming out of the nucleus when there are radioactive decay, or we can say that when the radiations emitted from the nucleus due to some bombardment of some alpha particle or some any other particle, that the particles are coming outside the nucleus, that is muons, neutrino and antineutrino. You will do this in +2, antineutrino and neutrino particles. Clear? So this weak nuclear force is between the elementary particles, and this is the very short range force. Short range force. Clear? Then we can compare these forces. These four forces we can compare. Very first force, weakest force is gravitational. Gravitational is the weakest force in nature. Clear? Then after gravitational force, weak nuclear force, then is electromagnetic force, and then is nuclear force, means strong nuclear force. Clear? So this force is strongest force in nature. इस तो घट स्ट्रॉन्ग ये है, उस तो घट ये है, सब तो वीक है ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. ठीक है. एंड वी विल मेक वन टेबल to describe their nature. Clear? Up to this is our today's topic. If you will have any problem, you can clear your doubts in our Google Meet class.